we're back to MSF console here, and I want to look at some client-side attacks. Client-side attacks is where we basically set up a server inside Metasploit and we get clients to come visit us. We can, for example, go search for Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is going to give me a number of exploits. I can select one of these, and we're just going to grab, for example, this one right here. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to say show options, and I'm going to set my serve host to be my local interface here. So 192.168.86.22. My service port is going to be 8080. That's going to be fine for my purposes here. My URI path, I'm going to allow that to be random. I could set that if I wanted to say, just give it a path name. So when it started up, I would be going to my IP address / whatever path I set. In this case, I'm just going to leave it random. And then all I have to do now is say exploit. And what this is going to do is it's going to start up a handler, and it's waiting for me to connect using another system. And so I'm going to copy out my URL here, and then I can bring it over to my other system and then open it up there. There's a challenge with doing this, and this can be really time consuming and difficult to do this because some of these exploits are really just not always guaranteed to work. So, for example, you can see that we tried it, and I was using Internet Explorer on a Windows XP system. In this case, this particular exploit didn't happen to work. You could try this and just keep running exploit after exploit on target systems and see whether you can get anything. What I'm getting on the client side is just waiting for a reply from the website. And what happened is we got an unknown user agent. You're going to get a lot of cases where either the exact string that it's looking for isn't quite right, or there may be some other problem. You may have a problem on the client side where something's being caught. I've done a lot of these types of attacks on client systems, and it can be really tricky getting these client side attacks on browsers to work because browsers can behave differently based on what's going on the operating system. And sometimes it's very particular about the version. I'm going to kill this. You can, however, spend a fair amount of time looking for not only Internet Explorer, but we can also find other browser vulnerabilities. There are several right here where we could be attacking Firefox, just as an example. Browsers can be very vulnerable to attack, and there are a lot of different exploit modules within Metasploit that you can play around with to see if you can compromise your systems that you may have available that run these different browsers.